Hey guys, I'm Chris Raymond, and I'll be discussing the NFL schedule. As you can tell, the 17-week, 32-team schedule is extremely complicated. I'm going to explain to you why year after year it comes out as a success. This system is classified as an abstract system, meaning that it is an idea and not something that we can physically touch. I've identified it as an open system that accepts inputs into the so-called scheduling formula with visible, tangible processes involved. As you can see here, the system is the system boundary diagram for the NFL's scheduling system. This is extremely important to understanding the system as a whole. First are the inputs. The NFL has 32 teams spread all across America from Buffalo, New York to San Francisco, California. This is the first and most basic input into the system. These teams are broken into two conferences, the American Football Conference, or AFC, and the National Football Conference, or NFC. Within each conference are four divisions, the North, South, East, and West, respectively, leaving four teams in each division that are loosely based off of location. Other inputs include standings from the previous season, stadium availability, and other events that may be occurring simultaneously in the team's respective cities. Next is the so-called formula that dictates what the schedule will be. This is a white box system, meaning that we can see all of its components and inner workings. The first part is 136 computers. These computers take the inputs that I have already described and the scheduling rules to spit out every possible schedule. The rules that it abides by are as follows. First, every team plays 6 games against the other 3 teams in its division, facing off twice per season, once at home and once on the road. These divisional games often determine who makes the playoffs in each division. Secondly, every team plays 1 game against each of the 4 teams from a division within its conference, 2 games at home and 2 on the road. Which division a team plays is determined by a rotation system, ensuring that the teams in one division will play the teams in every other division in its conference once every 3 years. Every team plays 1 game against each of the 4 teams from a division in the other conference once per season, 2 games at home and 2 on the road. These matchups are also determined by a rotation, which ensures that all teams play every team from every division in the other conference once every 4 years. Fourth, every team plays its remaining 2 games against teams from the 2 remaining divisions in its own conference, meaning that the NFC would play the remaining teams in the NFC, with 1 game at home and the other on the road. The matchups are determined by where the teams finished in their divisions in the previous season. For example, a team that finished the previous year in 3rd place in its division will play the 3rd place teams from the other 2 divisions in its conference. This often provides for exciting rematches from the previous season that help to boost the NFL's ratings. Fifth, every team has 1 bye week where it does not play a game. This totals to 17 total weeks, which makes up the NFL season. With all these rules, the computers determine every possible schedule and provide these to 4 NFL executives. They use some of the other inputs and these provided schedules to choose the best one possible. The executives take into consideration stadium availability, other events in cities where games are scheduled to occur, primetime games, and strength of schedule to decide on the final product, the final NFL schedule. As you can see in this systemogram, there are many moving parts that influence the executives making the decision, and in turn the teams, players, coaches, other workers involved, and other stakeholders involved with the NFL. The NFL scheduling system is a multilateral system since it operates in conjunction with other sports league schedules, TV network schedules, and city events. A more thorough understanding of the NFL scheduling system can be reached through the explanation of the system's life cycle. First, establish system need. As seen in this systemogram, with so many factors influencing the decision and timing of events, a way to develop a schedule by providing a fixed number of inputs and some human insight was needed. 2. Develop system concept. The NFL created the algorithm of the rotating schedule, utilizing computers and human decision-making to minimize their chance for potential conflicts and maximize their chance of making a profit. 3. Design and develop the system. The formula mathematically works. There are many solutions to the scheduling problem, so the development mostly was in the selection of the executives that would conference to determine the best fit, ensuring that they had the best interests of the NFL in mind. 4. Produce the system. The executives and the computers were paired together to jointly produce the final schedule. 5. Deploy the system. Year after year it works, and the executives are able to adjust how they select the schedule to ensure that America's favorite teams have the most primetime games, and thus the NFL makes the most profit that it can. 6. Operate the system. Ensure yearly that the system is still the best fit for the job and is working. NFL executives update the system with new innovations and evolutions of the league. Retire the system. There is currently no plan for retirement or replacement, as the system works and is effective in its job. There have been many evolutions and innovations with the NFL and its schedule over the years. The NFL is constantly changing, which will affect the formula and thus the schedule itself. Longer seasons, changing divisions, city relocations, new stadiums, and the ever-changing American fan base are just some of the evolutions that we have seen so far. Recently, the NFL has been expanding in London and other places in Europe, adding more complexity to the challenge that is the NFL schedule. Without the NFL scheduling system in place, it would be an almost impossible feat to determine the NFL schedule for the greatest sport known to man. The complexities of the world require systems to develop a product such as this, because there is so much more that goes into the creation of a product than meets the eye. While it may not be the most important system in the world, the NFL scheduling system is a solid example of how a successful system functions. Thank you for watching. Here are my sources.